The views and opinions expressed on From the Mouths of Madness are that of the panel and not of the Geeks Under the Influence Network or their sponsors, Amazon.com and tpublic.com. Listeners, beware. Coming straight from the Mouths of Madness, I'm one of the hosts, Lowdown. With me, as always, is...
F.U. Hunter. What's up?
You lamenting bitches?
Yeah,
You resurrection bitches?
I was trying to think of some...
You Leviathan bitches. Because remember, Leviathan was the king swinging dick.
Yeah.
Remember, that was the power.
Puzzle-solving bitches.
That was... yeah.
All right.
Okay, yeah, I was going with Leviathan because that's the power one, which is to become like one of them, which is the ultimate.
Yes.
But no. Puzzle-solving bitches.
Puzzle-solving bitches.
Getting stabbed with the puzzle bitches.
Yep.
Yeah. So tonight on the chopping block, we're going to be talking about the 2022 Hulu film Hellraiser. Which, by the way,
I'm sorry, I had to do the Law and Order thing because of the
dong is Netflix.
No. The da-dong, because, you know, when you watch Law and Order and that font comes up with the glowing red behind it, you hear that. They use the same one for this one. Yeah, that always throws me off. It looks exactly like Law and Order. That sounds the exact same
as when you start Netflix and then the end shows up and then it just goes da-dung. Yeah. I will say, this deal had to be struck during COVID for this film to be released on Hulu. I feel like this could have done theatrical.
This is the second time there's a movie I'm watching here that I was kind of shocked on that's on Hulu and not
First
in
being
theaters.
Prey.
Being Prey, yeah.
So... all right, I'm going to mention it again, even though you guys aren't idiots and you should understand this. Spoilers. There we go.
At this point, too, it's been enough time.
It's been over 3 fucking years, people.
Well, but I'm also saying there's been enough time, unless Pinhead having titties is what's upsetting you.
Then you can just fuck off. Sorry.
Because if there's a little bit of a, oh, not my Pinhead, well, then just fuck off.
Well, see, the whole Pinhead thing in the first place was a fucking, like, stagehand nickname. He's always been Hell Priest.
Yeah.
Like,
and mind you, near the later Hellraisers, it's not even Doug Bradley.
The last two?
There's a fatty Pinhead that I don't get at all.
Oh.
So let's just say, if the people that are upset about a woman Pinhead, yes.
Look,
I can deal with
I'm
it.
going to come out the gate with this movie, and this doesn't give away whether or not it passed the chopping block or not, but I will say that fuck you all. If you have a problem with the female Hell Priest, Jamie Clayton kicks ass. She crushes. And it's also, I mean, I know it has to do with the voice effects, but there was a voice effect on Bradley too, so.
They got a director that I appreciated some of the stuff he's done before. David Bruckner, who did The Ritual. Just recently, The Night House, which I haven't seen yet, but I've heard
The Night House
good things about.
Wait, that was last year, wasn't it?
Yep.
Yeah. No, it's on my list for movies we should look
I've heard people saying some good things about it.
Well, it's got the woman who was in Fresh.
Yep.
She's the main final girl, or what? I don't know if there is a final girl for that. I don't know if it's a slasher thing, but she plays like the main woman from, I believe.
So, and then he's done a couple anthology things with Southbound and VHS, one of the segments in that.
Oh, VHS.
So, but I'm just saying, like, he's got some stuff that I really, and again, did we do one on The Ritual?
No, we brought up Ritual. Ritual got brought up on for movies that the end of the year review of new movies to you.
Yes.
That year.
But I really dig that movie. So I appreciate, they didn't find some commercial director and this is his first movie. They got someone who's had some,
Ritual fucking kicks ass, dude.
Yeah. But I'm saying, so he's done some horror stuff in the past. So I appreciate that. Now, I don't know what it is about this dude, but he loves some very dark scenes, as in, like, check your setting on your TV, because both The Ritual, which takes place a lot at night, and this movie is very dark. Yeah,
but that dude, I'm telling you, man, that new Hisense UAG I bought last year, it's so fucking bright that the tunnel scenes and behind the walls and all that shit, zero problem.
Okay, but I'm just saying,
there's a lot
of dark in the movies.
And I agree, 100%. All right, this movie...
This is weird territory, because some stuff you're like, yeah, you know what, reboot. you had to be careful with this one because Hellraiser OG, it's fucking Hellraiser, man.
Now look, if we were doing a killer filler, I'll be straight up with that. And I thought about that if we were going to do that or on the chopping block. But I feel like this movie needs to have its own, strictly its episode without too much.
I feel like we're probably going to do a franchise on Hellraiser.
Yes.
So
this will come up.
Yeah.
Right? So, this film, to me, takes enough qualities from the original Hellraiser, and it utilizes enough to make it a true reboot. We talk about things in a lot of, especially on killer filler episodes, about if you're gonna remake something, fucking remake it. Don't make a new age, which makes potential shitty versions of the film.
Right.
Give us something, remake it.
A la Evil Dead.
Evil Dead.
Yeah.
Dawn of the Dead.
Yeah.
The ones that we say crush, the crazies, like where they just do a new take on it.
Yeah.
Right? Where they
They're
add
using
stuff
the
to
basis of the OG, but
you build on it.
Yeah.
You run with it. And I will give them that. I feel like they did that with this film.
Yeah.
They gave us a new take on hell, the Cenobites. They mentioned there's a god now above them.
Yeah.
Which we never got. But it makes sense, right? He was a hell priest. He wasn't like the leader.
Yeah.
He wasn't the ruler. He was the leader.
He's got to answer to some
exactly.
high up.
Exactly. So we built upon the Hellraiser lore, and this film does that. Yeah, we only had one. Basically, someone rubs the box, and then it opens, and they come. Now they solve. They actually have to solve the puzzle box, and there's different stages.
Yeah.
Which I thought was a great addition.
Yeah.
And each stage is a different thing of either power, desire, resurrection.
Goddamn.
Because that was the Lazarus formation.
Yeah.
Was the resurrection.
Yeah.
And Leviathan was power, and I forget what sensation was, but yeah, there's like 6 or 7 different
levels. Of the puzzle. Which
so
I thought was pretty cool.
I thought was cool. I thought that was awesome. I love how they led into when you see the super uber duper rich 0.001%er trick that dude to come in there and solve the final piece.
Yeah.
But like as he's like praying to get his prize, you just see the other dude in the background getting strung up,
just
but you don't actually
chains.
see it. Like it's like fuzzy. You get like one scene. I love how they teased you on that.
Yeah. And the solving the puzzle brings out the blade. And you get cut.
And that means you're it.
And the blood goes in, and that's it. You're marked. It doesn't matter if you run away, you're in a van, whatever the fuck you do. It doesn't matter. Like there is, like pretty much there's a lady who's pretty much gonna die soon.
Mm-hmm.
On breathing treatment. She gets cut. Doesn't fucking matter.
Doesn't matter.
Yep.
And one thing I thought was really a good choice with this film is that all the Cenobites, it's not the Barker BDSM. They're all like white.
Yeah.
I mean, they're like white to like flesh colored to white with all the things they've been tortured with in hell to become the Cenobite and be the killers and the deliverers of the prize and takers of the cut, the damned, basically. That's basically what they are. If you're cut, you're damned. You're gonna fucking die.
Yep.
Right?
You're fucked.
But there's no like coming out with fucking, all black leather and whips and chains and I mean there's chains, but not like it just that's what I mean why they did a good job with it, because it has the feeling of Hellraiser without being the same thing.
Yeah.
And I think that they did a great job with that.
Again, I'll reference it, but one of my favorites is one of our main chicks, her friend, gets stabbed with it. They were like, let's get the fuck out of here. They get in a van. It doesn't fucking matter. She's in a van. All of a sudden, the doors turn into the portal.
And she looks at the front. It just spans out.
Yeah, it spans out. And she looks to the front, and they're like a fucking mile away, even though they're in a van. And that perspective, I thought was really fucking
awesome.
cool. That it doesn't matter where you are, you're in their fucking realm once you get cut.
Exactly. And
she got fucked.
And the cool part with that scene was that was our first big main scene with Clayton as Hell Priest.
Yeah.
Again, she fucking killed it.
Yeah.
Like, she was creepy as shit, dude.
Chick's begging and begging, and she's like,
yeah.
No,
she was like, what are the
Salvation or something?
This was in the trailer. It's like the girl that got cut was just like, God, please, God. And she was like, what do you pray for?
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, man. Oh. No, she captured that creepiness of just like non-emotion, you know?
And she takes one of the pins out.
Yeah.
And puts it right through her neck. And this is fucking cool as shit.
Stop her from screaming. Yeah.
Yeah. And not only stop her screaming, but you get a inside her throat view of the fucking pin going through, and she's screaming, and all of a sudden just you see the inside of her throat, and the pin go through it, and she pulls it out. She's like, all right, well, that should quiet you down a little bit. Like, God damn,
dude,
that
is
is
hardcore shit.
Up shit.
But it was done so calm.
Yeah.
Just like, no, this...
Let's quiet you down a little bit.
Yeah, it was so like matter-of-factly. It's like, this will work.
Yeah.
Like...
And the other one is that you see it work against them where there's rules in place. So even if somebody gets fucking stabbed, same rules apply because you see fucking Cheddar fucking get stabbed.
Which broke my heart.
I know.
Hence my tattoo.
I know.
I've got the OG Cheddar on my forearm.
But she get chained up and ripped apart.
Dude, it was awesome.
But I appreciate that.
It
that
still broke my heart.
There is no exceptions.
No.
That tells you there's no way to wheel and deal with this shit. You get fucking stabbed with that.
That's it.
That's it. You're fucked.
And I was actually going to go with that. Chatter is the only reminiscent Cenobite from.
I thought the chick in the original and the chick in this one that has the things.
The one that appears to be like Asian of some sort.
Yeah,
or Korean,
I thought that's pretty close to the same design.
Yeah, because she has the vagina throat.
Yeah,
and that. Okay, so you're right. That is similar. Yeah. But like everyone else, I don't remember that one person that almost looked like a robot.
Yeah.
Remember that? What was that?
The robot one, and then there's the one that the face is completely ripped up.
Yeah.
That gets to the house, and it's like literally trying to get through the gates, and the face is getting pulled apart.
Yeah, so good. Yeah. I like how we got introduced, because if you go through the credits, it's like the mother, they named them all.
Yeah.
And they were like, wow, there's like 9, when we usually only get like 5.
Well, you get the one scene when they're in the mansion, and they look out, and they're all just standing out there. So you got a good shot of all of them. Mm-hmm. They're just kind of waiting out because there's a lot of stuff they play with that I thought was actually pretty cool. Where this rich motherfucker literally builds this kind of puzzle house.
Yes.
That's kind of to trap and lock them out.
Yeah. And
different, a la Halloween 2018, different areas can go in lockdown at different times. Mm-hmm. I like that shit.
And see, that's the thing. That was actually a cool twist towards the end where the guy became like disappeared, the 0.00001%, but really he got his prize and he didn't like it and he was kind of hiding in his house.
Yeah.
But he was really, you find out, setting up a trap.
Nerve puller.
Yeah. Oh. It was just enough not to fucking kill him. Oh, could you imagine that?
Dude, I had one time where I fucked up my knee. And they had to fucking drain my knee, and they put it in to drain it, and they moved the needle, and it hit a nerve in my fucking knee, and that was one of the worst pains I've ever experienced. Was just that slight needle touch on a nerve. Mm-hmm. Fucking like it felt like I was being electrocuted.
You have something through your chest that is literally
pulling
your nerves.
Your fucking nerves. I can't. Nope. Dude. Holy shit.
So we got a new thing we got Hunter. Anytime there's nerve play, he's fucking.
Man. Well, I'm just saying, done. Like. He's talking, and then the mechanism starts activating, starts pulling, and he can't say anything. And you're like, I mean, how painful is it? Nope. Your nerves you're not going to say anything.
They said it was just enough to where it was like too much.
Yeah.
And then it would stop.
Yeah.
So it was like every time was like fresh. My thing is that actor could have sold it more. We'll get into that more. We'll get into that more down the road.
It seemed like a nuisance a little bit, but he also said that he was tinkering with it, which I didn't know there was rules in the Hellraiser world where you could, take some pliers and jam it into your torture device and slow it down.
Yeah, that
was a little weird. All right.
Yeah, we'll touch on that.
The dude's got a shitload of money. You think he could hire some of the best? Like, hey man, come here and see what you can do. Not just pliers and jam it into my fucking mechanism.
Backyard mechanics, baby.
Yeah, like I could call somebody. No, I'll try to fix it on my own.
Yeah. So we named a lot of the positives with this film. That's a good segue into so there's negatives. So that being one of them, but the big one for me is like I hated our main character, and the acting was goddamn terrible. I'm sorry. I didn't enjoy our main character, period. Really, at all.
Comparable to the quote-unquote final girl from Hellraiser, it's like night and day. Yeah. There's nothing really appealing. She
That's the thing.
feels bad about her brother being the first victim in this, but you don't really buy it. Like, I mean, she's figuring out stuff, but multiple times she doesn't seem that really that motivated.
No, she doesn't.
Which is kind of like, well, I got my brother in it, so I've got to do this. Except for that does make sense at the end when she pretty much is like, no, I'm not gonna bring him back because I'm not a dummy and I'd rather have a shitty fucking life that I already have. Yeah, and I will say, yeah, her life does fucking suck.
Yeah.
And she knows it will continue that way.
Yeah.
So that part, okay. But you gotta get through the whole movie to get to that part, and at that point, I'm like,
that's what I'm saying. Like that to me, that's where this movie failed at. Was like, if there were more of the Cenobites, like that would have made up for it. But I guess we are kind of doing like a hybrid of chopping block and killer or filler, folks. I don't know what to tell you. But in the original Hellraiser, you got where the story in between seeing the Cenobites was enticing.
Yeah.
It was actually evil and fucking dastardly and diabolical. We have this woman just wants fucking dick. She wants this dude's dick, so she's bringing dudes back to the house to kill him so he can fucking turn back into a human.
Yeah.
That's fucked up. This
one, the main girl just accidentally gets people killed. Like, her brother, obviously, she was all fucked up on whatever.
She's a junkie.
Yeah.
It's not her fault.
But I'm saying.
But it is her fault.
She's at least fucked at that point. But then, like, later she's, wrestling with the lady on the oxygen tank and lady gets cut. Whoops, sorry, my bad. Well, bye, you're fucking dead. And oh shit, you got cut too. Like, she seems to be accidentally cutting a bunch of motherfuckers, not on purpose. And they're like, no, you only need one more sacrifice and you get.
Oh shit, I cut myself. Fuck. That's when, like, it's saying something like, oh shit.
Yeah.
I gotta do something.
But I'm saying, how many accidental cuts does happen? Yeah. And they're like, well, somehow you filled up the quota of people you need to kill, and you did it completely by accident.
And the twist, didn't even matter to me. With the dude she was fucking, I didn't care.
Kind of made sense. I mean, yeah.
Yeah, it's like,
Well, and they give you enough kind of hints beforehand. How, like, when they're trying to get away, and they're like, we're going to have to go back to the house. He's like, no, I don't want to do that.
Yeah.
I mean, like, hey, you're trapped. You have nowhere else to go.
It's already established before they get away from the house the first time.
Right.
Yeah.
Except the second time when they go back to the house, it's when fucking Roland motherfucker shows up and he's like doing his fucking monologuing shit where he's like, thank you for bringing her to me. She was supposed to open the box. I'm like, okay. Like, open bad guy monologuing out loud so we all fucking know, okay? You don't fucking need, all right? Like,
Agreed.
Once boyfriend was, I think, Trevor. Yeah, Trevor.
Once they have their own secret meeting
and him look at each other, and it's not like, who the fuck are you? That's all okay.
Well, no.
You were working for him. You don't have to go into, she was supposed to open the safe and the box, and you were supposed. No, we know y'all recognize each other.
You already had that conversation prior to leaving the house the first time. Because remember, he comes out of the wall and gets him because he's like fucked up and laying on the couch before they escape the house. And when the girl has the van moment and they have the whole bridge scene and all that shit.
And he's not shocked that that girl gets attacked by somebody in the house. He's like, oh man, shit. She got stabbed.
Yeah.
Weird, huh?
Or like, he's not at all, surprised that after she tricks, our main girl tricks that one fucked up Cenobite that's getting his face ripped off. He was locked between the two sliding doors, and then all of a sudden she drops the box on her way into to trap that one. When it turns out missing, he just sees, he immediately looks over to a door on the wall and is like, oh, he's got it. Fuck. Like, I'll
say this, the more and more I think about it, I've only watched it once, but I can see myself definitely watching this a few more times because there's enough of it and I enjoyed it. Now, when it comes to the main character being unappealing, well, I've made that exception in the past with a reboot because Evil Dead reboot, that chick, same thing.
No, see, I enjoyed that.
But same thing where she's kind of a downer through most of the movie, like before she gets possessed.
There's only like 15 minutes before she gets possessed, dude. That's not the same thing.
That's true. That's true.
This movie's 2 hours long.
Yeah.
This movie, Hellraiser's 2 hours long, dude. The Evil Dead, like literally, it's like 15 fucking minutes.
Yeah.
Before she gets a fucking vine up her vagina. Okay.
It's longer than that, though, I feel like.
No.
All right. Well,
no, like...
It's been a while since I watched
when you get introduced to her, between when she gets possessed, it's like... Because remember, as soon as they say it's going to be rough, it shows up to it raining the next day, and then, like, her pacing, like, it gets... It's very short,
But I'm saying, even that short period of time, she's a
downer.
She was a downer.
You know what makes up for it? Her cutting her own tongue with a fucking box cutter.
Yeah, she does get possessed.
Yeah, that whole thing. So it's not the same thing.
This one does go where she's a downer till the very end.
The very fucking end of the movie. God damn it. There could be more to bitch about. Like they could have fucked up everything. I'm gonna say this movie passed for me.
I think it's minimal kind of issues with it. So
our buddy Trey, who you've heard on the episode, he was on this last episode was on the history of horror comics episode we did. Go back and check that one out. That was a fun one. It was a blast talking about horror comics on that. He asked me about it shortly after it came out, and I said, given I don't know, man. I feel like out of all the franchises, this Hellraiser is probably the worst with sequels.
Yeah.
I mean,
we'll get into that when we do a full, painful franchise.
Painfully full, which for listeners, I did already ask our guest who's been on in the past, Fabian, to be on that one.
Makes sense.
And he was hesitant. I was like, dude, I'll suffer through it if you suffer through it. He's like, okay.
Yeah.
Woo. And anyway,
the fact that we pretty much say that this could, like, we're surprised that this didn't get a theatrical release, I think helps his cause or his case, because you know what? There's some movies that I've seen on Netflix or other things like that I'm like, yeah, I'm glad I just kind of hit play on a streaming site and saw this. This is one of those. I do kind of wish I saw it in theater, which for me also makes it pass.
More enjoyable, yeah.
What makes it pass, because if I'm thinking, oh man, I wish I'd seen this in theater, it means I didn't want that. Even though there's a few kind of slower points in this movie, there's enough there entertaining that I wish I'd seen this on the big screen.
And so with Trey, I brought up, when he asked me about it, I said, it's my favorite sequel since 3.
Okay.
That's what I said.
Yeah, I can say that.
I mean, because honestly, folks, after 3, it's
and three's got some questionable parts in it. Yes, so I might actually kind of bump this a little bit. I put this a little above 3.
But no, 3 was that 3 to me hit that sweet spot of like, okay, we're gonna go 90s with it.
I know, but
keep it Hellraiser.
All right,
I was a CD guy.
We'll get into this, but the CD and camera face dudes, it's so fucking stupid. They did do that with this. Look, there's no iPod Cinnabite. All right, let's just say it. Like, track 7, you're dead. Like, they don't have that. So guess what? Congratulations on not incorporating any modern technology into fucking Cinnabites. All right.
That shit was
Jesus.
hilarious.
We'll get into all that shit another time.
And the CD guy looked like fucking Hulk Hogan, like a low rent.
Yeah, you got the Hogan stash.
He did. He had the handlebar. Oh,
no, that was the camera dude, because that was the cameraman that had the Hogan stash.
That was the camera
CD
dude.
guy was the fucking DJ. All right, we're getting way the fuck into part 3 more than I want to right now.
Oh, but Hell Priest Pinhead was good in 3 when he was in the church scene. That scene is fucking rad. Anyway, we're just giving you a prelude to.
But let's just say, for this reboot, I'd pass.
It passes. I definitely do want to rewatch it. I thought the very end with the .00001%er taking Leviathan, which Leviathan was the power choice for a prize. Because you could switch prizes, you just can't give it back.
Yeah.
So he switched from his nerve twisting thingy to that, and basically that means you become one of them.
Yeah, which I thought was kind of cool.
Yeah.
Like where they pull him up, they're like, all right, let's see, what's the most ironic torturing that we can have? They didn't
bring him up. They crucified him.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying. They crucified him, and it's almost like, all right, they're going through. They're like picking out what fucked up shit are we gonna make you?
And they rip his like cheeks back. Oh, yeah. Oh, they rip his. Oh.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah. So it passes, but it definitely had its issues. And I feel like even
considering the franchise in general,
if the franchise had been solid all the way through for like the 10 fucking sequels, this movie might not have passed, honestly.
Yeah.
It might not have. But given the franchise history, this is an A+.
They've done a lot worse. They've done a lot worse.
Have you seen Hellworld? Oh, God. No, the internet one? No?
I haven't.
Oh.
I know. I will have to for...
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, buddy.
Yeah.
Or Hellraiser in Space.
There's a few I've been avoiding.
Yeah.
So.
That's a good one. Yeah. So, Hit us up at lowdownbrown.gmail.com. Let us know what you think about the new Hellraiser film. If you agree with us that it's solid, but it still had a few issues with the writing and the acting outside of the Cenobites.
But let's just say the killing, pretty much on par.
Awesome. It was awesome.
On par with the
again, the revamp of the Cenobites looked amazing.
Yep.
And the way their movements, the choreography with them, fucking awesome. And again, Jamie Clayton killed it as Hell Priest. Like, I have zero issues with, because I mean, yeah, they can make her look the part, but can she act the part?
Yeah.
And she fucking killed it. Her like emotionless, fucking stoic personality in that it was awesome. Zero issues with that. Again, if you do have issues just because it's a woman, you can go fuck yourself.
Yeah.
Hard with Lucille. For those who don't know who Lucille is, you're clearly not a horror fan because it's Negan's barbed wire wrapped bat. Fuck yourself with that.
I got a suggestion. Take a pin, just put it right through where you're.
It'll shut you up.
Yeah, there you go.
It'll shut you up.
Right through there.
Right through the throat.
Right through the neck.
Right through the neck.
I don't like. There you go.
Yeah, fucker. Also, go to geopodcast.com. Check out all the other shows on the network, and we're on geopodcast.com. Go to our links page. The first link will be to Amazon. You can click on that link. It takes you to Amazon.com. You log in and shop like normal. You just do it through our link, so we get a little kickback.
Get all those Hellraiser. Get the box set.
All those amazing Hellraiser sequels we just hyped up throughout this movie.
Yeah.
You're better off buying like every collector's edition of the first one. I don't know. Or the second one, which, by the way, I know we're doing plugs, but I feel like this movie combined both. And just hear me out, because him becoming a Cenobite at the end, Hellraiser 2.
There you go. Where they kind of go into it.
Kind of goes and becomes one.
Yeah.
So that was kind of cool. They kind of combined both a little bit. But yeah, buy the first few Hellraiser films through our link on GUIPodcast.com. And right next to our Amazon link, we have our TeePublic link. Click on that. It takes you to our fucking merch store. It's where all the shows under the network have all our designs that you can get on so much shit. All our spooky stuff's back. We actually have a fucking Cenobite one. It's called Beep It Bop It Boop It or whatever.
I was about to say, yeah.
Yeah. It's the puzzle box. So it's an old school toy from back in the day. Check it out. It's awesome. But there's so many more designs on there. Just check it all out. Get it on magnet stickers. Fuck you and your tote bags.
Tote bags?
But the tote bags are cool and good quality, actually. Yeah. We've made gift bags with our tote bags, and they're like dirt. They're like pretty heavy material.
That's why I keep hyping them up.
And then, till we talk to you again, embrace the madness.
At GUIPodcast.com. Mike the Hobbit here.
Lowdown Brown.
Inviting you to check out Geek Some of the Influence, a podcast that pairs booze with conversation with good friends.
And a little nerd culture.
We get a lot of colorful conversation out of our episodes, but it is here for everyone, no gatekeeping.
Always level up everything we do.
We'll punch up, never punch down.
Exactly.
So check out Geeks Under the Influence everywhere you get your podcasts and join us or die.
Shut the fuck up, Hobbit. Welcome to GUI Nights.
GUI Nights.
Yeah, I am Lowdown Brown. With me as always,
Mike the Hobbit.
This is the tangential side of GUI.
This is like so many of those other shows that has the after the show bit mixed with a little bit of Baywatch Nights, so it's a little sexier. It's a little bit after hours.
Also while tying it into the previous episode of GUI. So look forward to that too, because this comes out the week after the flagship hour-long episode.
So make sure to check out GUI Nights, and when you're done, you can
go the fuck home.
In a world with too many reboots and remakes,
two men will stop at nothing to make it even worse.
Join Mike the Hobbit and Tondi as they play by their own rules while pitching new takes on some of your favorite and least favorite films and TV shows. What podcast would dare to bring this upon the world?
This is Smack My Pitch Up.
Hey guys, Scotty P here with Smash
On your left.
and we are the Geek Fathers. That's right, bringing all the trials and tribulations of being a geeky parent.
So welcome to our world.
And as always, join us
Or cry.
Coming straight from the mouths of madness, I'm Lowdown.
I'm FU Hunter.
Do you love horror?
We fucking do.
So this is a podcast dedicated to all things in cinematic horror. We're talking movies, television, composers, special effects artists. We're gonna fucking cover it.
So if you love horror,
Embrace the madness.
My name is Amy Bogard,
and I'm Mike the Hobbit.
and we are the hosts of Deeply Upsetting, where we use our expertise to answer your most upsetting hypothetical quandaries, such as, what non-winged animal deserves wings?
And what body part deserves a secret mouth?
Which cryptid is the worst roommate?
These questions and more that plague you will be answered on Deeply Upsetting, available anywhere you get your podcasts and at GUIPodcast.com.
In a world of blockbuster movies, there's another dimension.
The dimension of schlock cinema. Join us at Beautiful Disasters on a journey into the fringe territory of B-movie abandon.
We review the flicks that are forgotten or underappreciated to give them a proper place in the annals of celluloid history.
I'm the Groots,
FU Hunter.
your guides at Beautiful Disasters. Come along with us for a fun ride. May
May the schlock be with you.